Yeah, what's up? Tonight, I want to talk about karma. Just get straight to the point. Um, I'm not trying not to make this video. I try to keep this video short. But it's been on my heart to talk about my experience with karma and how it was revealed to me, what it really is. So, karma is really nothing more than your spiritual credit report. That's it. So you understand how credit works. And I know you probably like, what do you mean by that? But it ultimately is, what is your spiritual credit report? It's actually a business, like an app. They have Credit Karma. It was like a perfect example of that. You know what I mean? Um, and so it's just like you look at your credit and how your how your credit is affected by your open accounts. And with your open accounts, are you in good standing with them, or have you allowed them to, you know, debt to build up and eventually lowers your credit score? So you're in good standing, your credit score rises. Pay your bills on time, you know, you point with it. You, the opposite. You don't pay your bills. You don't address. Um, everything is, you know, things going to default. You have debt, lowers your credit score. It's the same thing with karma. Karma, good karma, bad karma. When you deal with bad karma, is a situation you may have experienced and you're not dealing with it, and you just try to act like it didn't happen. But a lot of times we have bills. We let bills come in the mail, and I know I do it. You know what I'm saying? You don't even look at the bill. You feel like it makes you feel away, like I don't want to deal with this shit. And the next thing you know, you turn your lights off, or you know, you shut off your cable, or turn your phone off. You know what I mean? So it's the same. And then these things lower your credit score, right? So I want you to think about situations in your life that to this day you haven't addressed, but they haven't gone anywhere. And then in that situation that you haven't dealt with in your life, it's still playing out and affecting your life in some form or fashion, even if you don't think that it is. For me, there was a situation. There's not a situation, but I don't know what to call this. But there was something that I had made a certain type of commitment in my past, and when that whole situation left, I tried to act like it didn't happen. I felt like it wasn't affecting my life in any kind of way. Um, I wasn't dealing with the situation, and I had never dealt with the situation until recently. But I was telling myself and telling other people, even though I talk about it, I was living in the mystical magical as if this whole situation was not affecting my life in a certain type of way. And when I came to the realization about it and I was honest with myself, I realized that it was because of this situation I wasn't able to move forward. And once I addressed the situation, once I took care of the situation, and that's another thing about karma, like or credit. Say for instance, you have a student loan. I know student loan has like a program, like a loan forgiveness program, where you're able to pay off your loans, and after you make a certain amount of payments, even though you haven't paid all of your student loans, after that pay that those numbers of payments, you are forgiven. where you don't have to pay anymore and boom, that's it. But you have to be in good standing and you have to pay on time every month, whatever. And it's the same thing with karma. Once you address and deal and you look at these things and you just have try to find put everything out there and talk about it. People give you different perspectives, whatever the case may be, but you find some sort of forgiveness within yourself. Whether it be towards yourself or towards the person or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You will learn to be free from that situation where it's no longer on your karma report. You know what I mean? It's no longer you no longer have any type of feeling about it because what happens is that when things happen to us, um, accounts, certain accounts in our life, these things happen to us, and depending on how we feel about the situation, is how we create good and bad karma in our lives. Has nothing to do with what this person did to me. It's coming back on, what I did to somebody coming back. It has nothing to do with that. That's not karma. Like that's something else. You know what I mean? Karma is specifically the best quote I can say that I heard in reference to karma is how you treat someone is your karma. No, how somebody treats you, excuse me. How somebody treats you is their karma. How you react to it is your own. So karma has nothing to do with what you're doing to someone else and it's coming back to them. Karma is about what you hold on to. You're holding on to guilt, resentment, sadness, or whatever negative emotions. Those things are going to play out in your life some form or fashion. And you don't even know why. But it usually has something to do with that one thing that you're not addressing. It can be some random shit about, you know, you you cheated on your girlfriend and you feel guilty, right? Now, there are a lot of people that cheat on their spouse. Nothing happened to them. It doesn't come back on them. But it's the people who cheat and then feel guilty about cheating, usually some shit happens to them. You know what I mean? Because they're holding some type of energy around it, some type of guilt around it, some type of whatever around it. Or so, um, and then it just happens. It just happens like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but then once you address it, address the feeling, address the energy, forgive yourself, forgive the person. Try to find, try to let go of whatever you're feeling about it. It will change your karma, which then will balance your, it will balance your karma. Is a better word that I would use. You know what I'm saying? So, um, and for me, I probably like the day that there was one particular situation that made me see all of this like that. You know what I'm saying? And once I addressed it, it was almost like a um, I just wanted to address everything because that I'm an extremist like that. It's like, all right, I'm a what else is that I'm not dealing with? All these different things. It's just all these things are popping up and realizing that I was feeling all kind of ways about so many different things, and and I was able to talk about it. Whether it be, there was a this place I used to go to where it was like a bunch of brothers and sisters would come together and we would just have conversations about things that that was just going on in life and just being open and real and it was a safe space where we could talk about things that we may have some type of shame around. You know what I mean? And people don't judge you. I go to therapy. I have a therapist. You know what I'm saying? I talk to her about a lot of different things. Um, just to find, and she helps me, sort things out and put things in perspective. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, it's really just about just having just good energy around things. You know what I'm saying? Good emotions around things. Um, and that's how we able to balance our calm. You know, just and just just being in have great spiritual credit. You know what I mean? Is how I would say it. So yeah, that's my whole thing about it. On that. But yeah, just ultimately with karma, just deal with whatever it is that you're not talking about, things that you're not addressing, things that need to be addressed, things that need to be talked about, things that need to be built on. I'm talking about that thing, just really talking about. I had a homegirl, I was sharing this whole thing with her, and she was like, "Wow, it's funny you say that," and she told me about some situation that happened years ago in her life, and she had totally forgot about it until she started, I guess she had reconnected with somebody, and it was that situation that she had never talked about with that person, and she didn't realize she was holding some type of guilt around it, and once she opened up to that person and was honest to them about it, what I'm saying, she forgave herself, what I mean, and I guess she released whatever it was, and she was able to move on, and she felt lighter, and that's really ultimately what it's about. You know what I'm saying? What are you holding on to? Because believe it or not, we think that we try to suppress shit. That same thing we trying to suppress is the reason why we feel like we really can't move forward in life. Straight up, whatever it is, like it could be some old shit, and it could be something that we did to somebody or something that happened to us, right? And however we feel, you know what I mean? Whether we angry, whatever. But we just acting like it doesn't happen. We're not being honest with ourselves. But it's that same thing. Even though we think it's not affecting our life, it's probably the number one reason why we can't move forward in life. So that's why we have to find forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? Learn to forgive the situation, give ourselves, give the person. And I'm not saying you gotta fuck with the person, or what I'm saying, we gotta put ourselves back into it, but just for your own self, you know what I mean? Like, hell, I forgive that person. But you don't gotta call them, you gotta be like, oh yeah, let's kick it, let's hang out. No. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of motherfuckers that like I forgive and you know what I mean, but I just don't deal with them on that level. You know what I'm saying? Because just don't just realize you just don't need that type of energy in your life for certain people. And I'm sure people feel like that about me because I've made a lot of mistakes. I've done a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I could be open about it. You know what I mean? And I could have some type of I have accountability in that sense. But yeah. So like I said, I'm gonna keep this short and quick. But please share your comments, your thoughts. Like I said, um, this channel is all about just learning from one another. I'm sure people have something to add. People have debates, and but this is all love. You know what I'm saying? Just sharing my thoughts with y'all. So your comments, your likes, your dislikes, whatever. Well, it's all accepted. But so peace out, y'all. Till next time.